Welcome out to Bryan High School, where tonight the Golden Bears play host to the Blue Streaks of Archbold here on the Golden Bears Sports Network, BMU TV, BryanSports.com, and Q96.5. And it's Jim Funderburg and Chris Malenga along with you.
Christopher, I'll tell you, this ought to be an interesting night of basketball. I think it would be a ball game that Coach and his girls are really going to have had in their sights, actually, since last year. If you remember, they played one time last year. Obviously, remember that Archbold went all the way to the regional finals last year and were 26-2. But last year in this ball game, when these two teams met over in Archbold, it was 80-32 Archbold.
Yeah, they were, last year they were incredible.
Yes.
And this year they were also picked to win the league. In fact, their coach, Bryan Ziegler, was coach of the year last year. And they were picked to win it again this year. But from what I can tell, what I've read, they're not as strong as they were last year.
Well, they lost 3 starters from last year's team. The all-NWAL Player of the Year was Kirsten Rep. She's over at IPFW now in Fort Wayne. I think they're starting to call that Fort Wayne all by itself nowadays, okay?
She's a mastodon.
And then you got Morgan Miller, who is a second-team all-conference player from last year. And Alyssa Ziegler just happens to be the same last name as the coach. So you lost 3 starters off that basketball team that's coming back this year. But again, as Archbold in all of their history, here at least the recent history, they're one of those teams that just seem to find a way to reload every year.
They do. They reload. They don't rebuild. They're never down. They're always kind of up, and they're just always a perennial league favorite. And this year is no different.
Well, they bring some players back this year that did get a chance to play quite a bit last year, and it's showing right now. Andy Peterson and Emmy Peterson, both right around that 10-point-a-night ball game. And they're doing a good job. They were honorable mention all-league players last year for the Blue Streaks. You've got a situation where you're put the ball in the hands of Cameron Hostetler, who has 14 points a night and who has been able to take care of the basketball not only last year but this year. Always helps to have a guard coming back that can handle the rock and also score you double digits every night, and she's there. And they also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 young ladies that can play basketball and put points on the scoreboard every night in the tune of a handful or more. So they've got a pretty good basketball team coming in here, but again, it's a Bryan Golden Bears team that's got to be remembering the whooping they took last year, and they're a pretty solid basketball team as well. So
yeah, and they've done a decent job this year of kind of playing to their strengths. They're getting a lot of people involved. When their best player obviously is Allie Miner, and when she is not feeling it or not doing particularly well, you've got people like Kennedy Lamberson that step in. Sydney Lamberson steps in. You got some of these kids that'll just step in and take over, and that's exactly what you need. You need to have, when your best player is having a night off, or an off night rather, you need some people to step up. Now last year they were really focused on Rep for Archbold, and she was kind of their general, and she's gone, and as you said, they've kind of spaced things out more with this year. And so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but they're pretty much in the same boat. If they have one player that's down, they've got somebody else that's right there to step up and take care of the basketball, and take care of the points.
Very athletic basketball team. They're going to press you all over the floor, try to turn you over, make some things happen, get easy buckets.
Yeah.
Should be a good ball game tonight. All brought to you by our sponsors: Brian Ford, Crow Funeral Service, Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Darrow Shirkey Ford, Northwest State Community College, Bryan Athletic Boosters, BMU, Bryan Municipal Utilities, our high-speed internet provider. And although we're not riding the wave here tonight, we're on the Nowaka fiber here tonight. Main stop scoreboard on both sides, and on the Q side, American Family Insurance, Amerimaid Realty, Fair Auto Repair, Newcomer, Schaefer, Spangler, and Breininger, Starks Heating and Cooling, Field Supply, and Lamberson Packaging Solutions. And with that, we'll take our first break. When we come back, we'll set you up for the basketball game tonight here on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Back out at Bryan High School, it's Archbold and Bryan here on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Thanks so much for joining us, Chris Malenga and Jim Funderburg. And Jim, Archbold's going to be a tough situation tonight for the Golden Bears.
15-1 ranked in the state here coming in tonight. Good basketball team, but the Bears again, they've been playing pretty tough. And when you do the few comparisons that you really have to these teams this year, you got Archbold beating Evergreen 60-33. Bryan comes right back and struggles just a little bit with Evergreen 61-52. Archbold then turns it around and has trouble with Wasion, wins in overtime 53-50. And Bryan, the very next Thursday, a week later, has no problems with Wasion, 56-39. I think it all comes down again to 1-2 tonight and taking care of the basketball because, as we said, Archbold loves to turn you over, loves to make things happen and get some easy points. And if the Bears can hang on to the ball, take care of the rock tonight, they might be able to pull the upset.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Archbold, I'm looking at their schedule and their results, and they aren't winning games by huge amounts. You know what I mean? A lot of their games have been pretty close. You know, the biggest win, they beat Wasion 79-29 the first time they met, and then 53-50 in overtime.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a streaky team, or a kind of, you're not sure what you're going to get. You're going to get solid quality basketball, but are you going to get a dominating performance?
Well, they win. They won 5 in a row before they lost to Defiance. That was all the way back in 2017. They lost by 10, 58-48 that night. Then they've ripped off 10 in a row now, including the 4 conference games that they've had so far, which puts them on top of the heap along with Bryan. They're on top of the conference. At 4-0 here for the ball game, for the season so far. Archbold, Bryan, and Delta all tied at the #1 spot there in the NWAL.
You know, the game that really sticks out to me is their win over Stryker, 70-43.
Yeah.
I mean, the Bears beat Stryker in the tournament, but it was not that much of a dominating performance. So
Yep.
We're going to take a timeout. Be back after this with the starting lineups on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
When we moved into our new facility, I was a little worried about Bob. Bob really loved our temporary office pod. In fact, he was so comfortable, it was a bit concerning. The good news is that Bob has really embraced our new building and has seemed to settle into his new surroundings here at Bryan Ford Lincoln. Now I have a new concern. What's that old saying? People in glass offices should not wear bathrobes? We make buying a vehicle very comfortable here at Bryan Ford Lincoln.
At Creel Funeral Service, we are professionals with the sincere desire to reward every family who have placed their trust and confidence in us by being attentive to every detail, displaying the highest level of courtesy and compassion, and providing the greatest measure of respect for their wishes. As remembrance planners, our goal is to help families find joy in the way they choose to remember, honor, and celebrate the wonderful life of their loved one. Creel Funeral Service, we are experts at helping hearts heal.
BMU high-speed internet is now cheaper than ever. Now just $30 a month. That's $100 a year in savings. Get it with BMU Extended Basic Cable for all your sports, movies, and reality shows. Plus local programming, including high school sports and community events. Not to mention a local help desk and support team for when you need them. Now for the fine print. We don't have any. No contracts or hidden fees. Call BMU today at 419-633-6100 or visit us on the web at cityofbryan.net.
This is my story. I'm a mother of 3, a wife, and a CAD operator. I earned my degree in mechanical engineering technologies. Now I have a career doing exactly what I studied. I learned more, now I earn more.
Back out at Bryan High School, we're going to send it down to the public address announcer for the starting lineups.
Ryan Damon and Mr. Ben Mount. In order to make tonight's contest as enjoyable as possible, please represent your school and community in a positive and respectful manner. That means follow the rules, speak and act responsibly, and show courtesy and respect for your fellow fans, the officials and coaches, the administration and authority figures, and of course your team and opponents. Let's make tonight's contest great and remember to respect the game. Now let's meet the players in tonight's game. First, the starters for the Archbold Blue Streaks. The 5'6" junior, number 15, Blair Buckley. The 5'6" senior, number 20, Brooke Kohler. The 5'10" junior, number 22, Andy Peterson. The 5'1" senior, number 23, Cameron Costa. And the 6' junior, number 33, Lily Krieger. The Streaks are held by Mr. Brian Ziegler, assisted by Ryan Hayray. And now the starting lineups for your Bryan Lady Bears. 5'5" senior, number 2, Sydney Lemberson. A 5'9" freshman,
lineups from our public address announcer. And Jim, we had an Allie Minor point total update for you. She's now at 1,037. Is that what we figured out?
Gosh, we added that whole thing up here a little while ago.
I lost the page.
Let me go over here. Yeah, 137. 1,037 because she's got to go to 1052.
1052 to get past her basketball coach, one of her coaches, Kathy. She was Musser, but now she's Lamberson.
Kathy Musser-Lamberson. So there's several Lambersons on this floor tonight. And it's going to be an interesting ball game tonight. The Bears in their white with the gold numbers and the blue trim, or purple trim, and Archbold in their blue uniforms with the white numbers, gold trim, and we're getting ready to tip this thing off. As it's Grube and Krieger to tip things, and the ball comes to Archbold, and they'll have the basketball to start things off. Brooke Kohler with the basketball. She rolls to the right side, picks up her dribble, drives it down the corner to Lily Krieger. And then everything comes back out and heads the opposite direction. Cameron Hostetler with the basketball as the ball swings to the right side. Blair Bucklew with the first time opportunity here tonight, but right at this point in time, the Bears playing some pretty good defense, and Archbold not finding any lanes to come down and get a good shot. Lob goes down underneath to Kohler. Kohler with a shot, no good. Rebound fought for, and over the back will go one of the Archbold blue streaks. It'll be Lily Krieger with her first foul of the night. And Krieger at 6 foot tall, a junior, the tallest young lady on the floor here tonight, but good position by the Bears. Full court pressure here by Archbold, and they steal the basketball away. It's Brooke Kohler that comes up with it, and then the Bears get it back. They're going to pressure all night long, Chris.
That's right. They did it the whole JV game, too. And the JV Bears had tremendous pressure.
Allie Minor with the basketball, right wing, underneath to a wide open McKenna Grube.
Yep. But exactly what you want to do. You want to get her free and get her underneath the basket with the close shots.
Nice, easy bucket for the Bears. They're up 2-0. Drive the other way. Little runner up for Cameron Hostetler, no good, and the rebound comes off to the Bears. Nice job by the Bears' McKendry Seymour to pull that one down. Minor running down the lane. Ball swatted away. Basketball falls in Krieger's hands, and a whistle and a foul will go against the Bears.
That'll be on Lamberson. She was going for that ball, and no, they called McKendry Seymour on that. I thought they were going to get Lamberson on it.
Seymour with the first foul for the Bears tonight. Both teams now with one apiece, and the Bears pick up with some token pressure right around the half-court stripe.
I think it's more important for the Bears to defend that key.
I agree.
Get positioned well.
Bucklew swings it back out front to Andy Peterson, who comes to the left wing and then stops. And she has Kennedy Lamberson on her. Here's the ball out front again to Hostetler, and Hostetler drives around the left side and then dishes down to the left corner to Kohler. Kohler across the lane, back out front to Andy Peterson. Basically, the Bears with some really nice defense. Long jump shot, no good, and the rebound comes off to the Bears. McKendry Seymour again. Bears in a hurry. Lamberson with shot, and a blocking foul will go against number 22, Andy Peterson of Archbold. The shot will be errant, but a shooting foul will send Sydney Lamberson to the free throw line to shoot a couple.
Sydney is, let's see, she is a 60% free throw shooter.
Lamberson with her first point of the night, and that puts the Bears up 3-0 here on the main stop scoreboard just 2 minutes into this ball game. Checking in comes Emmy Peterson. And Sydney Lamberson with her second. Hits the front iron, no good. Rebound fought for and comes into the hands of the Brooke Kohler for Archbold. Quickly to Hostetler, who gets it into the front court. Swings it over to Bucklew, and now back out front. Kohler with the basketball. She'll give it up quickly, though, to Hostetler. Hostetler drives down the right side of the lane, off the glass, in the first bucket of the night. Will go to Cameron Hostetler. And it's 3-2 now, Golden Bears, with 5.5 to play in the opening quarter. Grube lost the handle on it, but McKenna stayed with it and then got around her man on the right block, and an easy lay-in makes it 5-2 Golden Bears.
And Grube with 4 of the 5 points. And she's doing a great job on the defensive end as well.
Peterson swings it over to Brooke Kohler. Kohler drives and stops at the top of the key. This is off to Andy Peterson. Peterson then throws it out of bounds. And the Bears now the ones who are benefiting from the turnovers. But again, here comes the pressure in the backcourt as Archbold pressuring the basketball. Ball comes into Allie Miner, who's double teamed. She gets rid of it right away to Kennedy Lamberson, who gives it to Sydney Lamberson, who brings it to the front court. Bears with a good job of breaking the press, Chris.
Seamer is right underneath there.
Seamer misses the shot.
Actually, that was Lamberson that missed it, but Seamer was wide open.
Ball goes back and forth between a couple of blue streaks, and Cameron Hostetler takes the shot. No good. Allie Miner pulls down the rebound, and the Bears come in the opposite direction. Lamberson got pushed. Ball went to her right. Ball goes to Archbold, and they'll run it out for an easy lay-in. Blair Bucklew helped strip that ball loose and then found open court all the way to the other end for the easy lay-in. 5-4 now, Bears up on the main stop scoreboard. Sydney Lamberson brings it back in. Gives it off to Kennedy Lamberson. The bounce pass gets kicked as it was fed inside to McKenna Grube. And we'll have our first substitution for Bryan tonight as Bailey Krupp will come in. And McKenna Grube will sit down, and McKenna was off to a pretty good start.
Yeah, and Grube's been doing a good job underneath against Archbold's bigs.
Miner got the inbounds pass, then gave it up to Lamberson, then back to Miner. Miner will drive left wing into the lane, off the glass. Wasn't all that pretty, but it was effective.
Yeah,
the first two for Allie. 7-4 now, Bears on top by 3.
Absolutely effective.
4:04 to play here in the first quarter. Good to have you with us on the Bryan Golden Bear Sports Network. A little run and jump shot, a little bit too hard there by Hostetler, and the rebound comes off to the Bears. And without the inbounds pass, the Bears can run it up quickly and not have to worry about that press. Miner tries to strip the double team, and it gets stripped away. Blair Bucklew, and Bucklew with a bounce out pass and a lay-in. And an easy little lay-in for Cameron Hostetler.
That's 4 for her on the night.
And you can see how the turnovers work into easy points. Turnover on the inbounds pass. Hostetler missed the shot, got the rebound. Bounce pass goes out front and then back inside. And Emmy Peterson is fouled as she tries to lay it in from the left block. So there you have a couple of back-to-back turnovers, and that's the chaos that Archbold likes to rain down on you if they possibly can make it work. Peterson, 81%er. Gabby Nafsinger and Lily Krieger check in for Archbold. And on the Bryan side, Kayla Arnold will come onto the floor for the Golden Bears. 3:20 to play. Free throws good. And now for the first time tonight, Archbold has a lead 8-7 on the main stop scoreboard. Inbounds comes to Miner. Miner has a double team at the midcourt stripe, but she brings it to the front court. Kicks it over to the left side to a wide open
Kenna Grube again.
Kenna Grube, and Grube had checked in on that last dead ball as well. Didn't expect to see 42 down on that corner. She sat down on the bench there about a minute and a half ago.
Oh, she was on the outside when she got that one. There's the turnover for Archbold.
9-8 Bears, 3 minutes to play in the opening quarter. Bears will inbounds on their end.
Archbold has 2 turnovers, Bryan 4.
Yep, it's if you can keep it halfway close, you're doing pretty well. Almost a 5-second count, but the ball inbounds towards Arnold, and it gets knocked out of bounds by Emma Peterson, and Emmy Peterson is the last person to touch it, so the Bears will have it. Run out, long pass, Miner, lay in, yes!
Oh.
Now that was very pretty.
That was pretty. That was just a long pass. Go get it. That's what she said.
And she got down underneath the rim and was able to spin it back up, and Archbold turns it over at the midcourt stripe. Miner with the basketball again. Kayla Arnold, as pesky as normal.
Yep, and the nice part about it is after she made that steal, she kind of turned her body so that she couldn't come in and grab. If she went in to grab it, it would have been a foul.
Miner drives the lane, then kicks it around, then throws it away to Emmy Peterson. Peterson driving up the floor. Swings it over to the right wing to Gabby Nafsinger, and Nafsinger will lose the basketball out of bounds, but it'll go off of Bryan Golden Bear before it hits the
Actually, we're going to foul on Kayla Arnold. Third foul for the Golden Bears.
First one on Arnold here tonight. 2:23 to play. Inbounds pass comes to a wide open Andy Peterson, who takes a 15-footer. It's no good. And the Bears McKenna Grube on the rebound. Long pass to Kennedy Lamberson in the right corner. Back out front, then the ball swings around. Arnold on the right wing.
Nice head fake.
Nice throw down to McKenna Grube on that right block, and an easy lay-in for Grube.
That's what you're going to do when you're going to double team the ball all the way up. You're going to find people wide open. It's a game of numbers, Jim.
Nice situation for the Bears. 13-8 now. They're up by 5 with 1:48 to play in the first quarter. Runner no good, but the rebound put back up by Gabby Nafsinger. This one misses as well. And on the rebound, McKenna Grube, I believe, is fouled. And that will go against 21, Emmy Peterson. That will be her first. Team's third, both teams now with 3 team fouls. As the Bears will bring Allie DuBois in off the bench. And Kennedy Lamberson will take a seat. 1:41 to play first quarter. Bears with a really nice first quarter as they've been able to get around the pressure from Archbold and have a 5-point lead. Sydney Lamberson and Allie Miner play a little pass in the backcourt, and then Miner brings it to the front court. Back to the top of the key to Sydney Lamberson. She'll work left side on Emmy Peterson, and Peterson reaches in and knocks the ball off of the Bears and out of bounds.
Yeah, they said it went off of the knee of Kelly Miller.
So Miller in the basketball game in the backcourt. Bailey Krupp pressure in the basketball. It's being brought across the midcourt stripe by Hostetler. Ball gets tipped and goes to the Bears. And it's Bailey Krupp that came up with a loose ball. No, in fact, it's McKenna Grube that came up with that loose ball. And 42-24, blonde hair and ponytails, man. Flip those numbers around for the old guy, will you? Allie Miner all the way to the rim, a little too strong. Rebound comes off to Brooke Kohler. And a jump ball with the arrow being pointed towards the Bears. So it'll be Bears basketball with just under a minute to play in the first quarter. Some nice hustle by the Bears here in this first quarter.
Yeah, they've been hustling very well, and they've been getting finding the open girl down the court.
Sydney Lamberson will check in along with Kennedy Lamberson as the Bears go to a little bit bigger and more experienced lineup here with just 54 seconds to play. Kennedy with the inbounds pass underneath and in for an easy little bucket. And Lamberson just went right around Andy Peterson for that easy 2.
First 2 of the game.
Hostetler brings it into the front court and finds 14 Gabby Nafsinger down on the left block for an easy lay-in.
I'll tell you what, that was a page right out of the Bryan book tonight.
Yeah.
Find somebody on the block and find her.
That backside shooter's been wide open all night long here early, hasn't it, huh? Lamberson kicks it into the corner. Miller with the jump shot. Yes, for 3.
I tell you what, though, Cameron Hostetler moved and got over there in her face. She had a wide open 3, and Hostetler made things a little challenging there.
She did, but Miller just focused in on that thing, and it's 18-10 on the main stop scoreboard. Ball gets dribbled and then fed into 22 Andy Peterson, and the Bears right there to knock that ball out of bounds on the end line. 5.4 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Bailey Krupp checks in. And Allie Miner actually will get just a little bit of a breather there.
We're also going to see Seamer come back in. Yep.
I think the Bears know they've got to keep those girls on that floor quite a bit tonight, so they get them a couple extra blows there. Shots wide of the mark by Gabby Nafsinger. The Bears will rebound the ball and the buzzer will sound. So we played a quarter here in Bryan, and the Bears are up 18-10 on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
They say there is strength in numbers. In Bryan, we have always taken pride in supporting our Golden Bear student athletes in all of their sporting endeavors. The Bryan Athletic Boosters now have a chance for you to get into the game. If you're Bryan proud, it's time to become Bryan strong. Whether you were a BHS athlete, are raising a BHS athlete, or just love supporting our Bryan High School athlete, this is your chance to be part of the BHS sporting community. Talk to any board member today on how easy it is to join, or contact us at 419-636-4536.
Hey there, I'm Dieter Held with Darryl Shirkey Ford Lincoln in Montpelier, Ohio. Here to tell you a little bit about the 2018 Ford Escape lease specials that we have going on this month. This 2018 White Gold Escape SE comes equipped with 4-wheel drive, Bluetooth, heated seats, and a reverse backup camera. Best of all, this 2018 Escape lease special comes in as low as $249 a month here at Williams County's #1 volume leader, Darryl Shirkey Ford Lincoln.
on the Golden Bear Sports Network, BMU Channel 3, BryanSports.com, and WQCT Bryan.
Hostetter takes the inbounds pass, goes all the way to the rim, misses the shot. The rebound comes off to Lily Krieger, though, for Archbold after the ball was taken away by the Bears. Another shot goes up by Brooke Kohler. This one misses as well, and this time Allie Miner is right there to pull this thing in. And Miner will bring it to the front court. Emmy Peterson on her, right around the midcourt stripe on the home side. Miner taking her time, looking for a screen. She'll work off that screen from Bailey Krupp, and we'll have a whistle away from the ball.
That's on Lily Krieger.
And that'll be two, I think, on Krieger, right? Lamberson to inbounds. Kennedy Lamberson for the Golden Bears. And she gets it into McKendry Seamer, and also standing next to her, Allie Miner, and Miner actually took the ball away. She has it, dribbles the lane, stops, pops it outside, and the ball comes right back to Miner from Bailey Krupp. Bounce pass goes down, missed shot by Kennedy Lamberson, but the rebound comes off to McKendry Seamer, and Seamer goes back up and is fouled.
Yep.
Again, the one thing about Archbold, you know, that somebody's wide open, but they react very quickly. So the easy shot you thought you had normally gets contested. Seamer has the first one spin out.
Seamer's a 51% foul shooter, Jim.
That means this one goes down. How's that?
I'll let you call it.
Okay. Seamer bounces it backwards and then picks it up. This one a little bit too strong, and the rebound will come off to Blair Bucklew. And Seamer will get called for going over the top.
Yep, there was no way around that one.
Yeah, a little frustrated. I think that one didn't go in. Seamer will come to the sideline. McKenna Grube will step back onto the floor for the Bears. Bears have McKenna Grube along with Bailey Krupp in there, Allie Miner, Kennedy Lamberson, and Sydney Lamberson, the five on the floor for the Golden Bears right now. 6:57 to play quarter number 2. Lob pass in the middle, goes up and goes in for Lily Krieger. Krieger had to mishandle it just a smidge, but was able to get just enough fingertip on the ball to get it over the rim. 18-12 now.
Pretty good coverage still underneath for the Golden Bears. She had to work for that shot.
Bears played wonderful defense and didn't foul. Miner brings it into the front court, you're right. It's been a good ball game so far. Two teams that are really kind of focused. Miner dribbles down to the baseline, then kicks it back out to Sydney Lamberson. Lamberson has 23 Hostetler on her. Now gives it to Miner. Miner drives left baseline, puts up a runner, no good. Rebound comes off. It'll be a jump ball situation. It'll be Bears ball because, Archbold had it at the beginning of the quarter. Bears yet to score here in this quarter, Chris?
They are yet to score. It was 18-10 at the end of the quarter.
So really almost 2 minutes in, and only 2 points been scored so far, and that's been by Archbold. Bears having some troubles getting the inbounds pass in, finally due to Bailey Krupp. Krupp down the lane, has the ball stripped away, out of bounds. It'll be Bears ball, though. Nice job by Bailey Krupp, like where she was going with that. They kind of turned their back on her just a little bit. She got a step, then they recovered and were able to knock it out of bounds.
Kelly Miller's going to check in.
And Krupp will take a seat.
Nope. Yeah, Krupp will take a seat, but it wasn't Kelly Miller that checked in.
Ah, there you go. Well, Miller's in there, though.
Yep, she is.
And she has the basketball right around the midcourt stripe. Being hawked by Blair Bucklew. Works left side. Tried to hand the ball off, and the ball gets stripped away. Archbold with the run out again. Lay-in and a foul. That was Bucklew that got ahead of everybody. And it was Miller who caught up with her and fouled her, wouldn't give her that easy lay-in. Forced her to go to the free throw line and shoot a couple. Bucklew shoots 79% of them.
That foul was actually on Sydney Lamberson.
Ah, okay.
That's her first.
Shot's a little bit flat, a little bit long, and comes right back outside. So Bucklew misses the first one. And the main stop scoreboard stays at 18-12 Bears. Second shot's a little long, too. Miner fights for the basketball, lost the handle on it. McKenna Grube's able to pick it up off the floor. Gives it right back to Allie, and Allie brings it to the front court. Lamberson is double teamed right around the volleyball stripe. Gives it to Kennedy Lamberson. Lamberson gets to the free throw line and turns and gives it back to Sydney. Over to the corner to Miller for three.
Oh!
2 for 2 from about the same spot, and that was a rainbow.
That was a rainbow. That was some heat right there.
21-12. Again, had a Archbold blue streak in her face. Bucklew fires up a three on the other end, no good, but the rebound comes off to 20. Brooke Kohler. Straight on three, no good, off the mark by Emmy Peterson, but the rebound by the Archbold put up too strong, and the Bears come down with it. So a half a dozen opportunities, but Kendra Group finally pulls down the rebound for the Bears. Miller again in the corner, they come out on her quickly. They bounce the ball down inside to McKenna Groove, and she gets fouled. I believe that'll go against Brooke Kohler, 20?
Nope, Emmy Peterson, 21.
Emmy Peters, 21. Both of them sitting down there. They pick 21 over 20. And with that, we've got a timeout on the sideline. 5 minutes to play in the half.
I've got some stats for you.
From stats
so
here, Chris.
We didn't get the first quarter stats, but I will tell you right now, Archbold's shooting 23% from the field. They're 5 of 21. They are 5 of 18 from inside the arc, 0 of 3 from behind the arc, and 2 of 4 from the foul line. They are being led by Cameron Hostetler with 4 points. Looking at the Golden Bears, meanwhile, Bryan is shooting, they are shooting 64% from the field. They are 7 of 12 from inside the arc. They are 2 of 2 from outside the arc and 1 of 4 from the foul line. Their leading scorers, McKenna Grube with 6, Kelly Miller with, McKenna Grube has 8, Kelly Miller has 6, Allie Miner has 4.
So the inbounds will be underneath the bucket on the Archbold side, there to your right, and the Bears have the basketball.
This is challenging right here.
Long inbounds pass comes to the midcourt stripe, and it's pulled in by Kelly Miller, who brings it back into the front court. Ball goes into the corner. We got a kick, though, on the bounce pass. It was heading towards Kennedy Lamberson. And so the Bears will inbounds right in front of Big Chet Dangler, who's leading the crowd here tonight on a Thursday night.
Oh, nice pass to get it in.
Nice pass back right to Kennedy Lamberson, and a great job. It comes into McKenna Grube. We got it right back to Lamberson, and we got a whistle and a foul on Archbold, and we've got
Andy Peterson.
A whole bunch of folks right underneath of us, which is the Archbold side, that not real happy with everything right now. That's 7 team fouls. That'll send Lamberson to the free throw line for the one and bonus. Kelly Miller will sit down for the Bears.
Kennedy's a 79% free throw shooter.
And Bailey Krupp came back in, and the first one is good. That's 3 points now for Lamberson tonight. And the Bears at 22-12 with 4:50 to play in quarter number 2. Second one, also good, nothing but nets. 23 now to 12. Bears on top. Archbold in the backcourt. Hostetler brings it to the front court. Gave it off to Bucklew and right back to Hostetler. Bears playing some real good defense here tonight. Only 12 points so far for the state-ranked Archbold Blue Streaks. Emmy Peterson drives to the right side, then bounces into the right quarter, and that ball goes off the hands and out of bounds of Blair Bucklew. And the ball will be Bryan's ball, and I'll tell you what, all of a sudden, Archbold's having some troubles with the turnovers.
I'll tell you what, the scrappy little Cameron Hostetler is only 5'1". She's a senior, but she's a great ball handler, able to really dribble around those Bryan girls.
Miner will bring this up with nobody guarding her right now as they pulled the full court pressure off, as the Bears really didn't have a lot of problems with it here. Miner brings it into the front court, gives it off to Sydney Lamberson on the right side. She'll drive down the right wing and give it off to Miller, who checked in on that last dead ball. Miller out on the left wing, a little show and go down the lane, tried to bounce the ball inside to McKenna Grube, and it gets kicked. It'll stay with the Bears on the end line.
Yeah, I think by doing the full court press, they were leaving too many people open down low, and they realized that you can't give up 10 points in the paint.
Bears with 5 seconds to get it in. They finally do. Kennedy Lamberson on her knees, picked it up and lost it to Andy Peterson. Peterson brings it into the front court, bounces over to Emmy Peterson, and Emmy Peterson with the lay-in for her 4th point, 23-14. And again, turnovers turn to points here for the Archbold Blue Streaks. Miner brings it to the front court again. She's got Peterson on her. Bounce pass to Sydney Lamberson on the right wing. Back to Miner, and the reach-in foul will go against Emmy Peterson.
That's 3 on her, Jim.
They got a couple young ladies with little foul difficulties here early on. Krieger's got a couple, doesn't she? 33?
Yeah,
I believe she's got 3 as well, maybe.
Gabby Knopfsinger will check in.
Gabby Knopfsinger checks in. And also on the Bears side, Bailey Krupp will check in, and Kennedy Lamberson will sit. Coach Grosjean really, I think, utilizing his depth here tonight really well. First shot swings in and comes back out, and the rebound comes off of the Blue Streaks. Brooke Kohler with that rebound. Again, Hostetler brings it into the front court. She's got Cindy Lamberson all over her. Gives it up to Gabby Knapsinger. Down the left wing for Hofstetter for a three. Yes, it was, and it spun around and around and around before it finally fell through. That's 7 now on the evening now for Hostetler. 23-16, 6-point game now on the main stop scoreboard. Bears on top. Lamberson brings it to the front court, but she has Knapsinger all over her. Works it back out to the front on the right wing. Now drives down the lane, got a bit of a bump, and a nice soft touch off the glass. Got a little bit of a push as she was heading towards the rim, but she was able to square herself and put it up on that glass, and it just stayed on that front iron and fell in. 25-17 Bears now. Andy Peterson kicks it into Knapsinger in the left wing. She tries to drive the lane, runs out of room, gives it back to Peterson. Cross over to the other side, and shot was wide by Hostetler. Hit Knapsinger in the hand. She was kind of awkwardly going forward and bounced off of her and rolled out of bounds. Boy, that was a wild shot. She wasn't even close. After she hit that three-point shot, that one was wide left.
Well, this one she was down on kind of a direct angle on the corner. There she was down way low.
Yeah.
Not a good angle.
Ball comes in for the Bears to Sydney Lamberson.
What the Bears did on that trip that they missed on the last trip, the trip prior, was that they actually stayed with the man after the screen. They switched nicely, and that didn't leave a wide open person.
Knapsinger all over Sydney Lamberson, who gives the ball up. Allie Miner with the ball in the lane, hits on the floor. She picks it up, puts it up, no good. Rebound comes off to Bryan, goes back up, no good. And the rebound, and the second time up from McKenna Grube, she gets hacked. And Cameron Hostetler now up at 24. Faith Wise.
She'll pick up her first one.
Picks up her first foul tonight. Tell you what, McKenna Grube just absolutely is playing lights out underneath here tonight, isn't she, Chris?
She is. She's 62% foul shooter. She missed the whole last season with the ACL injury and coming back and doing a nice job this year. And she's been doing great on the bigs from Archbold.
Kelly Miller checked out. Bailey Krupp came back in, and the second free throw goes in. That's 9 points now for Grube tonight. Krupp going to do a little full court magic in the backcourt. And she's got a tough cover in Hostetler, but she's doing a nice job with her. She's running. Well, I'll tell you what, Bailey's going to be a tired young lady tonight.
She is.
She's working through screens and doing a great job, and we've got a whistle on the floor.
That'll be on Grube.
So Grube will pick up the foul on a block, and the inbounds will be on the Archbold Bryan sideline. Ball comes into Hostetler, who works in the lane. Jump shots short. Rebound comes off to the Bears. Miner, long pass ahead, and the Bears are wide open down there. And again, guess who? 24, Bailey Krupp with a nice easy lay-in, 28-17.
Krupp now with 2 points.
Hostetler splits 3 Golden Bears coming down the lane and just floats one up that doesn't touch anything but net and comes down through the floor. So a nice answer by the Archbold Blue Streaks. 28-19 with 1:12 to play in the first half.
If you're the Bears right now, I think you want to try to run some clock, but maybe not.
Miner with a nice drive down the lane and a bounce pass around everybody to McKenna Grube, and Grube lays it in.
11 points for Grube.
Nice job by McKenna here tonight. Bears playing some inspired basketball. Buckley with a long three-pointer that goes home. Wow, all of a sudden Archbold's starting to find the distance.
Yep, they have 2 3-pointers. They're now 2 of 5 from 3-point.
30-22 as Miner gets double-teamed in the backcourt, and the Bears have to call a timeout. Good job. Allie Miner came up, kind of slowed down, looking to throw a pass. Nobody was looking for the pass. She got double-teamed and was kind of trapped there at the midcourt stripe, so we'll keep it right here. Bears on top 30-22.
I tell you what, though, you take those threes out though,
Yeah.
and it's 30-16.
Yeah, well,
So
let's hope we can hold them to that kind of a low percentage here in this second half as well, because they start knocking down those threes,
Yep.
they get a little more difficult.
Yep, absolutely. The Bears are doing a great job on defense so far, and they're doing a nice job breaking that press as Archbold doubles and triples teams the ball. You leave somebody out camping right on the block, and heck, you and I could make shots camping out on the block.
Well, you might be able to, but it might be iffy anymore on my side. Archbold 15-1, man. Both teams 4-0 in the NWAL, and Archbold state ranked today. A loss tonight would drop them several points at least, I would think. And the Bears would like nothing better than that as the ball goes to Allie Miner. She's got one-on-one coverage with Hosteller in the backcourt.
That's
Not
interesting.
A problem.
They did a good job trapping, forcing the Bears to call a timeout, and then they come out of it in this like 1-4 zone almost.
Yeah. Yep. With a single person on Allie Miner. Hosteller has him back out at the volleyball line. Kick goes to the right corner for Miller for a three, this time from the right side, no good. The rebound is lost out of bounds off of Archbold. It'll be Bryan basketballs inbounds underneath their own bucket.
8.6 seconds to go in the half.
Nice little bounce into Kenny Lamberson, but it's stolen away. Hosteller on the run, gets it in the front court, 2 seconds. 1 second, shot's good if it goes, no. Hits on the right side of the iron and comes back out. So we've played 2 quarters here tonight in Bryan, and the Bears on top on the main stop scoreboard, 30-22 on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
It's been said a million times, there's nothing in the world more important than family. We understand that at Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Our entire staff is like family to us. They are some of the most caring, thoughtful, and dedicated people in our industry. In fact, our newest members are part of my family. When the time comes for your family to say goodbye, remember our family, Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, in Bryan, Sherwood, West Unity, and Hamilton. It's been said a million times, there's...
Tonight's broadcast of Golden Bear Sports is proudly streamed by BMU Cable and High-Speed Internet. BMU is your hometown local provider for digital HD cable and high-speed internet. Call BMU today at 419-633-6100 or visit us on the web at cityofbryan.net. Go Bears from all of us at BMU.
Back out at Bryan High School, the Golden Bears lead the Blue Streaks of Archbold at the half, 30-22. That's a long walk.
Yeah, it's a long walk, man. We need our own private, facilities up
That's
here.
That's right, absolutely.
What we need, don't we, huh? Good ball game that first half, though. I'll tell you what, the Bears played some inspired basketball, I would think. To score 30 points against this ball team here in the first half, you're doing extremely well, and I've just been very happy with the way these young ladies have come out and played.
They've really adjusted to the Archbold defense, and we scored 30 points in the first half. The first time they played Wauseon, they didn't score 30 points in the game.
Yeah.
So there's been times that they just scored 30 points against this team. So got a whole half of basketball left, and we want to take a look at some stats.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, Archbold is 32% from the field, so they've improved. They are 9 of 28 now. 7 of 21 from inside the arc, that's 33%. 2 of 7 from beyond the arc, 28%, and they are 50% from the foul line, 2 of 4. They have 8 rebounds and 6 turnovers. Leading scorer is Cameron Hostetler. She's 4 of 12, including 1 of 3 from behind the arc. Blair Bucklew has 5 points. She's 2 of 4, including 1 of 2 from behind the arc. Emmy Peterson has 4, and 2 apiece for Gabby Knopfsiger and Lily Krieger, making up their 22 points. Taking a look at the stats for the Bryan Golden Bears. Bryan is shooting 60% from the field. They are 12 of 20. They are 10 of 17 from inside the three-point arc, 2 of 3 from outside, 4 of 9 from the foul line. They have 12 rebounds and 8 turnovers. Leading scorer for the Golden Bears is McKenna Grube. She has 5 of 6 from the field and 1 of 2 from the line. She has 11 points. Kelly Miller has 6 points. She has 2 of 3 from the field, and those are both three-pointers. Allie Miner with just 4 points. She's 2 of 5 from the field, 0 of 1 from the foul line. Kenny Lamberson with 4 points. She's 1 of 3 from the field and a perfect 2 of 2 from the foul line. Sydney Lamberson has 3 points. She is 1 of 1 from the field and 1 of 2 from the foul line, and Bailey Krupp 1 of 1 from the field with 2 points. The Bears are shooting 60% again, and 66% from three-point land, 44% from the line. And your score by quarter, so let's go back and look at the score by quarters. At the end of the first quarter, it was 18-10, Bryan on top of Archbold, and then they were pretty evenly matched in the second quarter, and they each scored 12 points apiece.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you what, it is 30-22 Golden Bears here at the half. That's according to the main stop scoreboard. Don't forget, it is Thirsty Thursday. Every Thursday from now until the end of February. And with that, we'll step away. And when we come back, we'll be ready for the tip for the second half here on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
BMU high-speed internet is now cheaper than ever. Now just $30 a month. That's $100 a year in savings. Get it with BMU extended basic cable for all your sports, movies, and reality shows. Plus local programming, including high school sports and community events. Not to mention a local help desk and support team for when you need them. Now for the fine print. We don't have any. No contracts or hidden fees. Call BMU today at 419-633-6100 or visit us on the web at cityofbryan.net.
Hey there, I'm Dieter Held with Daryl Shirkey Ford Lincoln in Montpelier, Ohio. Here to tell you a little bit about the 2018 Ford Escape lease specials that we have going on this month. This 2018 White Gold Escape SE comes equipped with 4-wheel drive, Bluetooth, heated seats, and a reverse backup camera. Best of all, this 2018 Escape lease special comes in as low as $249 a month here at Williams County's #1 volume leader, Daryl Shirkey Ford Lincoln.
At Krill Funeral Service, we are professionals with the sincere desire to reward every family who have placed their trust and confidence in us by being attentive to every detail, displaying the highest level of courtesy and compassion, and providing the greatest measure of respect for their wishes. As remembrance planners, our goal is to help families find joy in the way they choose to remember, honor, and celebrate the wonderful life of their loved one. Krill Funeral Service, we are experts at helping hearts heal.
When we moved into our new facility, I was a little worried about Bob. Bob really loved our temporary office pod. In fact, he was so comfortable, it was a bit concerning. The good news is that Bob has really embraced our new building and has seemed to settle into his new surroundings here at Bryan Ford Lincoln. Now I have a new concern. What's that old saying? People in glass offices should not wear bathrobes? We make buying a vehicle very comfortable here at Bryan Ford Lincoln.
They say there is strength in numbers. In Bryan, we have always taken pride in supporting our Golden Bear student athletes in all of their sporting endeavors. The Bryan Athletic Boosters now have a chance for you to get into the game. If you're Bryan proud, it's time to become Bryan strong. Whether you were a BHS athlete, are raising a BHS athlete, or just love supporting our Bryan High School athlete, this is your chance to be part of the BHS sporting community. Talk to any board member today on how easy it is to join, or contact us at 419-636-4536.
This is my story. I'm a mother of 3, a wife, and a cat operator. I earned my degree in mechanical engineering technologies. Now I have a career doing exactly what I studied. I learned more, now I earn more.
Back out at Bryan High School, the Golden Bears and the Streaks. Bryan 30, Archbold 22, and the Streaks will get the ball to start the second half, and here's Jim Funderburg.
Bucklew, Kohler, Andy Peterson, Cameron Hostetler, and Lily Krieger to start for Archbold. Starting 5 for the Bears, Sydney Lamberson, McKendry Seamer, as the ball goes inside, and a shot by Krieger is no good, and then the rebound fought for goes out of bounds. Allie Miner, Kennedy Lamberson, and McKenna Grew basically back to the starting 5 for both teams. As the Archbold Streaks, I would think, are going to put a little pressure on the Bears here early. But again, they put the ball in the hands of Allie Miner and let her bring it up the floor is not a bad idea. Nope. Miner then kicks it to the corner. Lamberson will drive across the lane and kick it to Seamer, then back out front to Sydney Lamberson. And Sydney has a lot of Cameron Hostetler all over. The ball goes on the floor. Jump ball situation should be the Bears. It is. I'll tell you what, you talk about that Hostetler. Cameron Hostetler's all over the place, isn't she, Chris?
She's a little fire plug.
She sure is. Ball comes into Sydney Lamberson. Drives down to the right corner there, brings it back outside.
She missed Kennedy crossing through.
Ball gets kicked over to Allie Miner on the right wing, right around the out of bounds line. Minor with the show and go, comes across the lane, has the ball blocked. Oh boy, Lily Krieger got that ball and went to Hostetler. Down the other way, a three-point shot is up and good for Blair Bucklew from the right corner.
That's a problem right there.
And just like that, Bucklew now with 8, and that's 2 three-pointers. Blue Streaks with some full court pressure, and they turn the ball over. Hostetler comes up with the ball. It was heading towards McKendree Seymour.
If they score here, and I'm Todd Grosjean, I'm calling a timeout.
I would think Grosjean probably reconnoiters on the sideline if they score right now, just to slow everything down. Ball gets fed inside to Lily Krieger, and a reach-in foul will go against McKenna Grube. Second now for Grube on the night. First one here in the first half. First team foul for either team as we open up here. Ball swings to the left side, jump shot short, and Kennedy Lamberson's there to seal everything off for the rebound. Allie Minor now brings the ball in the front court. Brooke Kohler picks her up just before she gets there. Kicks the ball out real quick to Lamberson, who gives it right back to Minor as they work their way in the Bryan end. Minor working off a pick. Lily Krieger picks her up. Minor then splits a couple of Archbold Blue Streaks, heading for the rim and gets fouled. Shot will not make it to the rim, but she'll make it to the free throw line for a couple.
Who'd they call it? 23. That's on Hostel. I couldn't tell if they called that on 23 or 33. That'll be her first.
You know, that's the amazing thing. She's all over the place. You would think she'd draw more fouls, though, too, Chris, as Minor misses the first of 2. I think she's 0 for 2 now at the free throw line tonight, isn't she? Eyes the second one, and nothing but net on that one. 31-25 now. That's 5 for Allie Minor tonight, who needs 15 to move up a notch on the all-time scoring list. Archbold brings the ball down.
Oh, nice move.
Nice backdoor cut, but the shot is a little long with Blair Bucklew, and the Bears have the ball, and Minor is running all the way down the line through 4 people at the lane, and finally the whistle and the foul as Minor gets dumped right at the bucket. Let's see which one of the 4 blue jerseys is going to get the foul.
Lily Krieger, 33.
So Krieger has 3 now. Krieger's the 6-footer.
Yeah, and she's been battling all night with McKenna Grube. It's been a beautiful battle to watch.
First shot is good. Now Minor seems to have zeroed in on that spot. She has 6 points now. And the Bears up 7, 32-25, 5:41 to play in the third quarter. And the second one also good. So that's 7 now in the night for Minor, 33-25 Golden Bears. Hostetler brings it to the front court. She has Sydney Lamberson on her. Hostetler tries to drive the lane, then dishes to the right side. Shot's no good by Lily Krieger. Ball is fought for. Kennedy Lamberson came down with it, and then the reach-in foul will go against Brooke Kohler.
That's 2 on Kohler.
Lamberson with a nice job, and the streak still just a little bit cold, even in this third quarter. Inbounds comes to Minor. Brooke Kohler tried to take it away, but couldn't.
And see how you have to play now with 2 fouls there? You could have reached to try to grab that one, but you don't want to do that and draw the reach foul.
Minor drives across the timeline and then kicks to Seymour in the corner. Seymour has the ball blocked, and Archbold comes up with the ball. Kohler. Ball goes left side for Archbold, and the jump shot from 15 is good for Andy Peterson. Peterson for her first points of the night, and it cuts the lead to 6, 33-27.
Last time down, Allie Minor threw a missile into McKendree Seymour.
This time she loses the handle, and the ball goes over to Archbold. Andy Peterson picked it up as Minor lost the handle. Hostetler brings it down. Seymour tries to reach him and can't get it. Hostetler gives the ball off to Blair Bucklew, who works left side. Back out front to Brooke Kohler. And then to the right wing to Andy Peterson. Peterson dribbles, and then they'll move everything to the left side here. Bounce pass a little bit too far for Lily Krieger, and the Bears come up with it. Allie Minor.
That was because of McKenna Grube.
Minor all the way to the rim. And she will be fouled again by Brooke Kohler, I believe 20.
15.
Yep, 15. They're going to put that on Bucklew. That'll be 1 on Bucklew. That'll be 4 on the Archbold Blue Streaks. And Minor gets a friendly bounce off that one. Kind of caught the left side of the rim, then bounced off the glass and stayed home. Bears will bring Bailey Krupp into the ball game, and McKendra Seamer will sit down. McKendry Seamer. Miner with another one for the free throw line. This one again bounces around and finds its way through. Miner now with 9 points on the night. 6 more to tie, 7 more to be the to move up a notch here on the all-time scoring list.
The third leading scorer in Golden Bears history.
Peterson drives the lane, has the ball stripped away, goes to the floor, picks it up and saves it. Ball gets kicked around to the right corner for a three-point shot, and it's good for Cameron Hostetler. So Hostetler with her 12th point of the night.
She was in perfect position right there.
And this game is a 5-point game. Bears up 35-30. Ball goes right wing to Allie Miner. Miner with Kohler right in her face. Gives the ball to a cutting Krupp, who feeds it over to McKenna Groob, and Groob gets fouled.
That's going to be on Cameron Hostetler.
Groob at the free throw line. Hostetler now with 2 fouls here in the third quarter. There's the young lady you need to get in foul trouble.
Yep, absolutely. She's been doing everything.
First shot will catch the front iron and the glass and then in. And that's 12 now tonight for McKenna Groob. And Blair Bucklew will take a seat here for the Blue Flashes.
He did that one on purpose, folks.
And Gabby Knapsinger,
trying to see if I'm paying attention,
comes in for her. Second shot equally as nice from McKenna Groob as she hits both of them. That's 13 now for McKenna, and the lead goes back up to 7.
They're shooting 65% from the foul line.
Blue Streaks bring into the front court. Bears with some pretty good defense. Kick to the left corner for Knapsinger. She'll drive across the lane and kick it to the right corner to Hostetler. Hostetler drives and then sends it back out front again to Peterson. Lob pass down underneath for Krieger, but the Bears react nicely and they force the ball back outside again. Bears with some nice defense on this possession. Ball swings left side to Andy Peterson, and Peterson from just outside the three-point line knocks that one down. That's 5 for her now, and the Bears lead shrinks to 4, 37-33 with under 3 to play here in the third quarter. Miner brings the ball in the front court. Got to work through Lily Krieger, and then the ball gets knocked away by Peterson. Peterson swings the ball to Andy Peterson, then over to the right wing to Lily Krieger, and Krieger connects from about 10 feet. That's 4 for Krieger, and the lead now down to 2, 37-35 for the Bears. We'll take a quick time out here on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
BMU high-speed internet is now cheaper than ever. Now just $30 a month. That's $100 a year in savings. Get it with BMU Extended Basic Cable for all your sports, movies, and reality shows. Plus local programming, including high school sports and community events. Not to mention a local help desk and support team for when you need them. Now for the fine print. We don't have any. No contracts or hidden fees. Call BMU today at 419-633-6100 or visit us on the web at cityofbryan.net.
It must be paid
back here at Bryan High School.
I think he's being paid for that one, don't you? I'm not going to tell you what he's being paid for or who we're talking about, but somebody's being paid. I think there's a little playola going on here right now. Let's call the FCC. What do you think, huh?
Yeah, 37-35. Archbold has outscored the Bears 13-7 this half.
Bears will inbounds, and it does Kennedy Lamberson inbounds it, and the basketball in the hands of Allie Miner. Miner gets a double team in the backcourt, so she throws it into the front court to Sydney Lamberson.
And as they go up, foul 3 though.
Kohler and Lamberson bounce in the air, and Kohler gets the 3rd foul. That's 6 now on the team.
Archbold fans are distraught because there's 16 fouls for the Golden Bears, for Archbold, and 1 team foul for the Golden Bears.
Well, welcome to Bryan is all I got to say. How's that? Leah Hill will check into the ball game for Archbold as Kennedy Lamberson will inbounds to Allie Miner. Miner then with a cutting Sydney Lamberson. Sydney kind of gave it a little head fake and then for an easy lay-in, as the Bears now with a 4-point cushion, 39-35.
And Lee Hall just got completely fooled by that one.
And, you know, Hall coming off the bench. This is her first time in the stew here tonight. And she failed the test on that one. Ball gets given to Amy Peterson, who drives, and she'll draw the whistle this time. And some cat calls coming out of the Archbold side here. As Amy Peterson will go to the free throw line to shoot a couple.
Miner picks up the foul. That'll be 2 on her. And that is that Peterson at the line?
Yeah, Emmy.
Okay, there you go.
Emmy with the first one, and it's good. That's 5 now for Emmy Peterson and 5 for Andy Peterson. And McKendra Seamer will check out, and McKenna Grube will check back in for the Golden Bears. Grube having a big night, 13 tonight already. She leads all scorers. Second free throw is also good. And the immediate timeout by the Archbold Bryan Ziegler. And with that, why don't we just keep this one here, Chris?
Yep. Let's see now. Let's take a look at where we are in the third quarter. It's now 15-9 in favor of Archbold here this quarter. So at halftime it was 30-22, so an 8-point lead, and now the Bears just clinging to a 2-point lead. And Archbold has really ratcheted up that pressure, and they've made some shots, especially from 3. They're shooting right now from the 3-point arc. Let's take a look at some statistics. They're shooting now 50%. They're 5 of 10 from 3-point.
Wow. And
as a team, normally from the 3-point arc, they are, let's see, they are normally 28%. So they're shooting way above their average.
Bears will inbounds on their end. Allie Miner has the basketball. Archbold shows a trap look. And the Bears will play a little pass between Cindy Lamberson and Allie Miner. Then the ball goes to Kennedy Lamberson. And Kennedy Lamberson will get called for the charge. And now the Archbold side very happy with that one. That'll be 3 now on the Golden Bears here with 1:47 to play here in the third quarter. And the Bears now will put a little full court pressure on. Ball comes into Hostetler. Hostetler has Sydney Lamberson on her. They go around a pick there by Leah Hall at the midcourt stripe, and it gets kicked over to Gabby Nafsinger. Archbold with a chance maybe to tie with a 2 or go ahead with a 3.
Good basketball game, though.
It has been. Blair Bucklew now. Lob pass goes to Hostetler along the left baseline. Swings all the way around to the right side, and Gabby Nafsinger says, hey, let's just go for it all right now. She'll knock a 3 down, and for the first time in a long time, Archbold on top 40-39. I think that's the first lead of the night, isn't it?
First lead of the night.
Bears have done a real good job, but all of a sudden, with 1:05 left to play here in the third quarter, Archbold now finding a way to inch ahead of the Bears. Miner has the ball in the front court. 56 seconds to play in the half, and she doesn't look like she's in any kind of hurry unless she sees something open up in front of her that would cause her to really put something in gear. Gives the ball off to Kelly Miller on the right side. In fact, that's Cindy Lamberson. Back outside to McKenna Grube. Grube bounces over to Miller on the left wing. Miller off the glass.
Bank was open for Kelly Miller.
So Miller puts the Bears up again by 2. She has 9 on the night, 28 seconds. Archbold brings it to the front court. Ball goes left corner, a wide open Gabby Nafsinger. And we've got a 3-point shooting contest.
Yes,
Nafsinger hits the ball in the corner. 43-42 now. Archbold, 14 ticks.
Now with 8 points on the night.
Miner brings it across the free throw line under 10. She'll drive down the lane, all the way to the bucket and lay in. And a nice job by Miner to put the Bears on top by 1. Shot at the buzzer will be good if it goes, but the 3-point effort will come up way short. And the Bears will lead at the end of 3 on the main stop scoreboard, 44-43 on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
As the baby boomer generation tires of traditional send-offs, funerals are becoming increasingly more personalized. People are pre-planning their own remembrance gathering. Pre-planning is easy and will pay off both emotionally and financially for you and your family. Plus allows you more control over your last hurrah. At Krill Funeral Service, we're not just funeral directors. We are experts at helping hearts heal.
An insurance policy is essentially a promise to pay for covered losses that occur to your assets. At Andrews O'Neill & Lowe, we take this promise seriously, from the minute you accept the policy to the moment the loss occurs and beyond. That's why we place your auto, home, or business insurance with an experienced carrier like the Central Mutual Insurance Company. Our expertise, matched with Central's quality products and service, provide you protection, security, and peace of mind. Andrews O'Neill & Lowe is your local Central agent. Call us today at 419-636-5050.
Not sure the wisdom of playing lightning and thunder at that quarter break here against Archbold as the Streaks outstruck the Golden Bears 21-14. It's an interesting stat, Jim. The first 2 quarters of play, Archbold scored 22 points. The third quarter of play, they scored 21.
Wow.
They're getting very efficient.
They'll have the basketball to open up quarter number 4, and let's hope they go cold again, being a Golden Bear fan. 43-44, Bears on top by a point as we open things up. Archbold in possession of the basketball, and Hostetler with it. Kicks it in the right corner to Amy Peterson. Now it works all the way to the left wing. Jump shots wide, but Peterson's there for the rebound. Put back short, and the Bears able to pull it in. Groove right there. And boy, what a night McKenna's having here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, they left Gabby Knopfsinger open on the wing again.
Don't want to do that. Closed out nicely at the very end, and she missed the shot. But a traveling call on the Bears on the other end will go against Bailey Krupp, and the turnover gives the ball back to Archbold, trailing by 1, 44-43 here on the main stop scoreboard. Just underway. Good ball game here in the NWAL tonight. State-ranked Archbold, 4-0 in the conference. The Golden Bears at 10-5 overall, 4-0 here in the conference as well. Hostetler with a nice little runner up off the glass, but it's too hard. Bears pull down the rebound. Lamberson. Kennedy gives it to Allie Miner. Miner's ahead in a hurry.
Got it
Jump
blocked.
shot gets knocked away and out of bounds. And it will be off the Bears. I think it actually ping-pong balled around and then got knocked off the feet of McKenna Groove.
Yep.
44-43 Bears clinging to that 1-point lead. Just under 7 to play here in the ball game. Knapsinger of the wall gives it up to Andy Peterson. Feeds it down inside to Lily Krieger, and Krieger just a little too strong. And Bailey Krupp's there to pull down the rebound. Ball goes immediately to Allie Miner. Miner will work it into the front court with Cameron Hostetler on her. And a 10-second call. Miner took a little too long.
I don't know about that. That was a quick 10-second call.
Get that ball to the front court. Well, the official was sitting there counting them. So he got the 10 on both hands, and when he got there, Miner had not gotten into the front court.
That's
the turnover goes back to the Bears. Gotta be, if you want to be nonchalant, you got to get it across that timeline first. Then you can be as nonchalant as you want, because there really was not a lot of pressure for Allie at that point in time. Lob pass goes inside to Krieger, and this time Krieger has just the right touch off the glass.
Well, and that time, McKenna Groove missed her. They've been battling down there, and McKenna just got moved out of the way, and that set it up perfectly for Krieger.
45-44, Archbold on top by 1. Jump shot by Lamberson from the free throw line on the right-hand side is good, and the Bears go back up by 1. 46-45 on the main stop scoreboard.
We seriously need a bank sponsor for this game.
Yeah, we do, because this ball's going off that glass a lot tonight, isn't it, huh?
Yep.
Ball gets bounced to Krieger, and Krieger gets tied up, and the arrow is pointing towards the Golden Bears. So a nice job of the Bears to collapse on Lily Krieger, who had actually gotten the last 2 shots off for the Blue Streaks, hit 1 of 2, and was looking to lay that one in, and if possible, but the tie-up caused by the Bears gives the Bears the basketball underneath Archbold's basket. Kelly Miller with the inbounds pass. Now the Bears starting to pull it up and having to dribble a little bit. And we're counting again. Ball gets over to Allie Miner into the front court. Miner tries to bounce it down to McKendry Seaver, but it's a little too low, goes through her wickets and out of bounds. And it'll be Blue Streaks basketball. 5:34 to play here in the ball game. Bears by a point, 46-45. Hostetler brings it to the front court. She has Lamberson on her. Kicks it left side to Emmy Peterson. Now into the lane to Andy Peterson. Peterson comes up short, but the rebound comes off to Krieger, and they'll reset everything. Right baseline, Hostetler after the feed from Emmy Peterson, and she's got an 8-footer that catches nothing but net. 14 points now for her. 47-46. Now Archbold up by a point. And a reach-in foul real quick by Emmy Peterson on the other end.
That's 4 on her.
There's a couple of blue streaks that have a few fouls on them right now, and that is 7 now on the team. So the Bears shooting the 1 and bonus from here on out. And Gabby Nafsinger will check in, and Peterson will sit down. Emmy Peterson will have to take a seat.
That's a shame because Nafsinger's been doing really well. Has those 2 threes.
Kennedy Lamberson bounces it a couple of times, get a good grip on the basketball and sends it up a little too hard. And Lily Krieger boxes out nicely for the rebound. Under 5 to play. Archbold up by 1, looking to stretch. Hostetler going to put it in motion with Gabby Nafsinger trying to get inside, but the whistle and the foul will go against McKenna Grube, but she kind of went through Lily Krieger.
That's 3 on Grube now.
As they're trying to feed it down to her on that middle block on the left-hand side. Inbounds Archbold. Kicks down to the inbounds passer on the right side and then out to Nafsinger. Nafsinger gives it off to Hostetler. Hostetler kicks it to the middle and then kicks over to the left corner. She got the basketball down the left baseline.
She walked.
Out to Nafsinger, over to Peterson. Peterson puts up a shot that's too hard. McKenna Grube with a nice block and box out. She comes off the rebound. Bears down by 1, 47-46. Backdoor cut gets swapped away by Archbold, and they're on the run. Bucklew down the lane, has to change hands. Missed the shot, but the rebound comes off to the blue streaks. Ball goes to the right corner to Andy Peterson, who brings it back out. And in fact, that's Hostetler. Brings it back out to the center circle. Hands it off to Krieger.
Interesting, they got the 6-foot Krieger out on the key, out of
Krieger.
the key.
Yeah, and she was on an island there for a minute, wondering what to do with the basketball. Now they got it back to the hands of the ladies they want. Nafsinger. Nafsinger being pressured out around the center circle.
Sydney Lamberson will pick up a foul there, Jim.
Reach in a little bit too aggressively there by Sydney Lamberson, but the Bears not backing off with this defense. They're playing them nose to nose right now. That's 5 now on the Golden Bears.
It was 6-1 earlier in the quarter.
They do tend to even out as the night goes on. Backdoor cut. Bucklew can't get it to spin in, and the Bears able to pull down the rebound. McKenna Grube. Allie Miner. Left side goes over to Lamberson, and Lamberson puts up a shot and is fouled. And I believe that's on Krieger. Is that on 33?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's 4 on
fourth.
Krieger now. So 2 blue streaks now with 4 personal fouls. 18 fouls now. And Kennedy Lamberson connects on the first one. 47 all now. That's 7 for Lamberson. Krieger will take a seat. Brooke Kohler will check back in.
Kohler has 3 fouls.
And Kennedy Lamberson with another shot. This one spins out. And the rebound comes off to Emmy Peterson.
All tied up.
Gives the ball to Hostetler. She has Bailey Krupp on her. She brings it into the front court. Over to Nafsinger on the right wing. Back out front to Brooke Kohler. And then they give it to Bucklew. Bucklew gives it back over to Brooke Kohler on the left point. Down the lane, too strong, no good. Rebound comes off to the Bears, Kennedy Lamberson. Bears doing a nice job on that defensive end here in this quarter. 1 and done for the Blue Streaks. 2:53 to play in the ball game. Double team on Allie Miner, and the Bears call a timeout. Miner got out of trouble, but before she did, Coach Grosjean had already called the timeout and brought the ladies to the sideline.
It's a full timeout. It's a tie ball game. We'll take it with them. 47 all here from Bryan.
When we moved into our new facility, I was a little worried about Bob. Bob really loved our temporary office pod. In fact, he was so comfortable, it was a bit concerning. The good news is that Bob has really embraced our new building and has seemed to settle into his new surroundings here at Bryan Ford Lincoln. Now I have a new concern. What's that old saying? People in glass offices should not wear bathrobes? We make buying a vehicle very comfortable here at Bryan Ford Lincoln.
This is my story. I'm a mother of 3, a wife, and a cat operator. I earned my degree in mechanical engineering technologies. Now I have a career doing exactly what I studied. I learned more, now I earn more.
Back out at Bryan, it's 47-all. Bears and streaks. It'll be Golden Bear basketball.
Bears will inbounds just up the road from our buddy Chet Dangler, who's making things happen with the crowd here tonight. Kennedy Lamberson will be inbouncing, and I'm hoping the ball, and they're expecting the ball. Well, it actually came to Sydney Lamberson in the backcourt. Allie Miner had walked that direction, and I thought it was going to Allie, but instead they'll try to work a play maybe for her. Straight up, right at the B. Kick goes into Lamberson at the high post. Allie Miner with a three-point jump shot, no good. And the ball goes tipped away off Kelly Miller's hands and then off the hands of Emmy Peterson. She was out of bounds.
She was coming in there trying to sky that rebound and just not able to get it.
Nice job by Miller to get a hand on it. She wasn't expecting that. Ball gets tipped on the inbounds pass, and Andy Peterson comes up with it. She'll give it to Hostetler right away. 47-47. 2:24 to play and counting here in Bryan. Archbold and Nafsinger on the right side. They'll go down inside to Brooke Kohler. And she got away with an extra step.
She got away with a big step.
And just like that, the streaks are up by a deuce, 49-47. 2 minutes and 5 seconds to play in this basketball game. Miner has the basketball. Has it tipped, but it's retained by Sydney Lamberson. Top of the key, back to Miner on the right wing. Down inside to Kennedy.
Oh, nice move, Kennedy.
With a nice dribble and a nice lay-in, and a blocking foul will go, I believe, against Brooke Kohler, I believe. Nope, they're going to go Blair Bucklew, 15.
No, they're going to give it on. They're not even.
14.
14, Gabby
Nafsinger. There you go. So Nafsinger picks up her first. The bucket ties the game at 49. And Kennedy Lamberson has a chance to get this thing off that even mark and maybe avoid an overtime here tonight. First one in.
And you know, now Kennedy's in double figures, so 3 Golden Bears in double figures.
50-49 now. Bears up by 1 with 1:46 to play in the ball game. Emmy Peterson kicks the ball over to her sister. Then it goes to Hostetler, who drives to the top of the key and then stops and dishes back off to Andy Peterson, who hits about a 12-footer on that left wing. 51-50 now. Archbold on top by 1. But I like this odd situation that we have. And as the Bears bring the ball across the time line, they call a timeout to talk things over, and probably a good idea, Chris.
Yeah, you got to set things up. You can't leave girls wide open. They've been playing good defense. They're trying to cover the shooters, and then Archbold's making good moves coming into the key, and Peterson just got wide open there and was able to put an easy bucket in. But the Bears need to just figure out what they're going to do in this last minute and get some points and hopefully play some defense on the other end.
NWAL right now, there are 3 teams locked at 4-0 on top, Delta, Bryan, and Archbold. It's all going to play itself out, as obviously tonight Archbold and Bryan are playing. Next Thursday, the schedule has Delta and Bryan, and the following Thursday on the 15th, Archbold is at Delta. So Bryan has the luxury in this last road trip to have 2 of those games here at home. They get that the game tonight, and then they also have Delta coming here on Thursday the 8th. And then they will end everything at Patrick Henry on Thursday the 15th of February. Tournament drawing is this weekend on Sunday, so we'll know a little more about how everybody stacks up after that. So it'll be Bears ball. They're down a point, 51-50, 1:23 to play in this basketball game, which has been a good one here from Bryan High School here tonight. Kennedy Lamberson to inbounds, looking for some help. She finds it in McKenna Groove. And McKenna then turns and throws the ball to Andy Peterson, and Archbold has the basketball with 1:17 to play. Hostetler will bring it into the front court.
Oh, she carried the ball.
She's got Lamberson all over her. Gives the ball to Bucklew. She'll bring it back out to the midcourt stripe and over to Andy Peterson.
Bears are going to have to foul.
Yeah, you don't want to right now yet.
Oh, backcourt, there you go.
Over and back as Andy Peterson actually landed on the midcourt stripe. Ball skidded into the front court. She scooped it back up, and that's what caused the violation. Laying on the floor with the ball on the wrong side of that line. Brian Ziegler not happy with everything, but the ball crossed.
and all the officials on the Archbold sideline,
yep,
i.e. the fans.
Well, they had one earlier in the ball game where the ball didn't cross over and bounce into the front court, and the Bryan side was unhappy with everything. That time the ball skidded into the front court, and Andy Peterson, laying on the floor, had to scoop it back in. And at that point in time, a very legitimate call. 51-50, under a minute now. The Bears with the ball. Minor drives the lane, tries to kick the ball down to the left block, but it's kicked. McKenna Grube was the intended receiver down there on that block, but the ball gets kicked away. It'll be Bears ball with 46 seconds left to go in this ball game.
I wonder if that's planned, because now they inbound under their own basket.
Bounce pass goes to Grube. She can't handle it. Ball comes out to Emmy Peterson. She'll drive into the front court, then bring it back out, and they're going to spread things out. 36 seconds and counting. Bears down by 1, 51-50. And Minor has to reach in and foul, and she'll foul Emmy Peterson.
One more foul to give for the Bears.
Peterson is an 81%er, so you want to try to stay away from her. Let's see on the floor right now. They're going to make a change. Buckley's going to come back into the game. Peterson's actually going to sit. Andy Peterson, her sister, is a 55%er, and Andy is on the floor right now.
And
Hostetler, 66%er. And there you go, a bump on Emmy Peterson. And Emmy Peterson is an 81%er. She's going to get a chance to go to the free throw line and shoot one in bonus here now. And that is 4 now on Allie Minor, who picked up the last 2 fouls for the Golden Bears. 27 seconds left to go. Archbold up 51-50. First free throw is good, perfect, right through the cords. 7 points now for Emmy Peterson.
Archbold wants to talk about it.
Now they'll call a timeout and chat.
You're watching Lady Bear basketball on the Golden Bear Sports Network, BMU TV3, BryanSports.com, and WQCT Bryan. Both teams huddling with their coaches right now, and if Archbold makes this shot, it's now a 3-point ball game. You're at 24 seconds, I think, 42 seconds. I don't know if it's 24 or 42.
Down there into the time where you're running out of time, that's for darn sure. 1 timeout left for Bryan, 2 timeouts left for Archbold. You kind of wonder about this. You want to see what kind of confidence Bryan Ziegler has in Emmy Peterson. 81% free throw shooter. In an awful lot of your players, you wouldn't really want to take that timeout. It's almost like icing your own player at times. But you got to believe Bryan Ziegler is pretty confident in Emmy. Calls the timeout, settles everything down, and now he's going to send her back out there to try to make this a 3-point contest.
On the boys' side, Stryker 44, Archbold 38 final.
Oh, wow. Good ball game there, too. So Emmy Peterson comes out to shoot the second of her 2 free throws. She made the opener. Archbold on top 52-50 with 27.4 seconds left to go. Peterson eyes this one and gets it as well, so it's a 3-point game. Biggest lead of the night for Archbold, and we're down to crunch time. Kelly Miller will bring it to the front court. Bears need a 3-point shot to tie. Miller drives the lane, kicks the ball down into McKenna Grube. She lost the handle, and the reach-in foul by the Bears are going to send the Blue Streaks to the line, and guess who? Emmy Peterson right back at that charity line to shoot another one in bonus.
I don't know what the thought was about going in to get 2. I don't know why they weren't thinking about a 3. You had Kelly Miller out there who's 2 of 2 from 3. You got Sydney Lambers who can also shoot the 3. So I'm not sure the thought process there.
Emmy Peterson makes the first one, and just like that, now it's a 4-point game. And we got a full timeout, so why don't we take it with them? 11 seconds left. We'll step away on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
An insurance policy is essentially a promise to pay for covered losses that occur to your assets. At Andrews O'Neill & Lowe, we take this promise seriously, from the minute you accept the policy to the moment the loss occurs and beyond. That's why we place your auto, home, or business insurance with an experienced carrier like the Central Mutual Insurance Company. Our expertise, matched with Central's quality products and service, provide you protection, security, and peace of mind. Andrews O'Neill & Lowe is your local Central agent. Call us today at 419-636-5050.
Back out at Bryan High School, it is 54-50.
Desperation time right now for the Bears.
Absolutely.
Archbold gets to go to the free throw line to shoot a one bonus right now with just 16 seconds left.
11 seconds left.
Oh, I'm sorry, 11 seconds left. Well, hold a minute, man. That's still the clock. You're right.
That's the countdown clock.
So 11 seconds left to go in the ball game. Emmy Peterson will get a chance to shoot this one, and if she makes it, it'll be a 5-point game. All the blue streaks are in the front court, and Peterson misses this one. Lamberson pulls it down. Bears coming to the front court. 7 to shoot, 6 to shoot. Three-pointer by Minor is no good. Rebound comes off to Andy Peterson, and that'll do it. The Bears had a valiant effort tonight against these state-ranked blue streaks. They led most of the way, but when it counts at the very end of the ball game, unfortunately, the blue streaks were able to come up with a big third and fourth quarter. And the main stop scoreboard tonight shows the Bears falling to the streaks 54-50 as we take a timeout here on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
At Krill Funeral Service, we are professionals with the sincere desire to reward every family who have placed their trust and confidence in us by being attentive to every detail, displaying the highest level of courtesy and compassion, and providing the greatest measure of respect for their wishes. As remembrance planners, our goal is to help families find joy in the way they choose to remember, honor, and celebrate the wonderful life of their loved one. Krill Funeral Service, we are experts at helping hearts heal.
Well, 54-50, your final score as Archbold snuck out of here with one, Jim.
Boy, they did. That was a tough one tonight, and the Bears really played them tough all night long. It was a really good basketball game. Unfortunately, that second half kind of their undoing tonight, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, that is the characteristic though of a really good basketball team and program. You can be down all night long, but boy, when the money's on the line, you find a way to come out in a tough environment like Bryan tonight with a 54-50 win.
Well, basically, this number of the game is they streaks outscored the Golden Bears 32-20 in the second half.
There you go. That makes it tough.
You know, it does make it tough. So at the end of one, it was 18-10 in favor of the Golden Bears. At the half, it was 30-22 in favor of the Golden Bears. And then that third quarter is where things kind of fell apart as Archbold came out and outscored the Golden Bears 21-14. And then the fourth quarter, 11-6. So that fourth quarter was kind of just like the mirror of the first quarter. But let's take a look at some statistics. First for the visitors of Archbold. Leading scorer is Cameron Hostetler with 14 points. She was 6 of 15 from the floor, 2 of 4 from three-point land. Emmy Peterson had 9 points. She was just 1 of 5 from the floor, but 7 of 8 from the foul line. Gabby Knopfsinger had 8 points. She was 60% from the field. She was 66% from three-point. Blair Bucklew was 8 points, 3 of 9 from the field. She was 2 of 4 from three. Andy Peterson with 7 points. She was 3 of 9 from the field and 1 of 1 from the three-point arc. As a team, the Lady Streaks shot 20 of 51 for 39.2%. They were 13 of 38 from inside the arc for 34.2%, 7 of 13 for 53.8%. They normally shoot 29% from three. Tonight they were 54% when you round it up, and 7 for 10 for 70% from the free throw line. They had 11 rebounds, 1 block, and 8 turnovers. Taking a look at the Lady Bears team statistic. Lady Bears had 3 players in double figures. McKenna Grube led all scorers with 13 points. She was 5 of 7 for 71% from the field. All of her points came from inside the three-point arc, and she was 3 of 4 from the line. Allie Minor with 11 points, 3 of 8 for 37.5%, and she was 5 of 7 for 71% from the foul line. Kennedy Lamberson had 10 points. She was 3 of 6 and from the field and 4 of 6 from the line. Kelly Miller with 9 points. She was 3 of 4. All 3 of her shots came from behind the three-point arc. Cindy Lamberson had 5 points. She was 2 of 2 from the field, 1 of 2 from the line. Bailey Krupp with 2 points. She was 1 of 1, and McKendry Seamer 0 of 2 on the night. The Lady Bears shot 17 of 30 for 57%. They were 53.8% from the two-point, 14 of 26, 3 of 4 from behind the arc, and those were all Kelly Miller, 75%. And they were 62% from the foul line at 13 of 21. They had 19 rebounds. They out-rebounded the Lady Streaks severely by about 8 rebounds, but they turned the ball over 17 times.
Wow. Not a good night for Chet the Jet Dangler down there. He's doing his best to try to get everybody going and rubbing and making things happen, but Bears played a really good ball game tonight. I think you've got to be happy about the way that they came out to play, did their business pretty much, just couldn't hang on there at the very end. But got to make you feel like maybe they're playing pretty good basketball when they need to here, as we'll find out the tournament draws on Sunday, and then the tournament will start here in a couple of weeks. And maybe now's the time you want to play your best ball. The better you can play, the longer you're going to go and the farther you're going to go. For Archbold, they've now won 11 in a row, and they still only have that one loss, 16-1 on the season here, and that makes it really, really solid showing for them. I'm not sure whether it's a good enough team to get all the way to the regional finals this year or not, but that's a pretty darn good basketball team that Bryan Ziegler has there. And for the Bears now, they dropped to 10-6. They'll drop to 4-1 now in the conference, and Archbold at 5-0 will sit on top of that conference. Don't know how Delta did tonight, but Delta plays Bryan and then plays Archbold to end everything before the season's over. So it will be an interesting ending to this season this year. The team that was picked to kind of make it happen, the Archbold Blue Streaks, are starting to put it all together here towards the very end of the basketball season.
Allie Miner watch, she had 11 points on the night, which brings her total to 1,048. She's 4 shy of tying her coach, Kathy Lamberson, tying her coach and 5 points for leading. So maybe that next game we'll see. We'll see that. And again, it's not about the individual. It's about the team effort. I think Allie would have rather scored 3 points tonight and won this game than scored 11 and lost. So
I would agree with that 100%. That's the kind of young lady that she is, and they'd love to have been able to pull this upset off tonight. But she'll next game, I'm sure she'll get the numbers she needs, and then she'll have the opportunity to pad that total here just a little bit between now and the end of the basketball season as well. So
no report on Delta Evergreen. Jim.
Okay, so no conclusion on that side, but I think that'll put a wrap on it for us here tonight at Bryan. So I guess the only thing that's left is to say some thank yous. Let's start with the sponsors tonight. On Q96.5 FM, American Family Insurance, AmeriMade Realty, Fair Auto Repair, Newcomer Schaefer, Spangler, and Breininger, Starch Heating and Cooling, Thiel Supply, Lamberson Packaging and Solutions. And also on the BMU side, Bryan Ford, Grill Funeral Service, Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Darrow Shirkey Ford, Northwest State Community College, the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Municipal Utilities, your home for high-speed internet and cable. And our scoreboard brought to you, as always, by the Bryan Main Stops. Thirsty Thursdays, don't forget about it. 79 cents gets you the big one, whether it's a fountain drink, a coffee, or a cappuccino, Chris.
I want to thank our broadcast crew as well, Will and Jonathan on the cameras, Chris Price, our production assistant, Eric Herman, our director. You can order your DVD of any BMU program by calling 419-633-6137. Visit us on the web. Oh, who else do we got?
Who's
in the background there?
I think that looks like.
Is that Zach the Cat? Oh my gosh!
Yeah, it's a wanted man. Don't say his name out in public right now because there's probably people looking for him right at this point.
Wow. Visit us on the web at cityofbryan.net and bryansports.com. This has been a production of BMU Video. This broadcast is copyrighted by BMU and the Board of Public Affairs. For the private use of our audience, any duplication or other use of this broadcast, including descriptions or accounts of the game without BMU's consent, is prohibited. There you go. Wrap it up and be official.
Attaboy. Well, that'll do it for us tonight. Chris Malenga, Jim Funderburg. If you didn't hear already, Bears fall tonight in a tough one, 54-50 to the Archbold Blue Streaks. That'll wrap it up here on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Good night, everyone.
BMU high-speed internet is now cheaper than ever. Now just $30 a month. That's $100 a year in savings. Get it with BMU extended basic cable for all your sports, movies, and reality shows. Plus local programming, including high school sports and community events. Not to mention a local help desk and support team for when you need them. Now for the fine print. We don't have any. No contracts or hidden fees. Call BMU today at 419-633-6100 or visit us on the web at cityofbryan.net.